Yo, 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 Mundo in the house. It is Saber Talk Sunday. Welcome to all of you who are going to come, go, and come back again. Let's see here. Let me get into the comments. Charlie, what up, my friend? I hope you have a great workout session. Tonight, anything goes Sabers. I mean, let's just talk about Sabers in general. What do you guys think? Like the, if you watch Collector's Outpost, and he's been reviewing the sabers from the Acolyte, they, I think they're pretty. Some of them are pretty cool, and I kind of find it a little bit hilarious though when he was doing Jackie's lightsaber. How some people were telling him it looks like a lot like flashlight. I have to chuckle at that, man, because most of these sabers are glorified flashlights, man. Now some look better than others, and if you look in and you see some of these different companies and how they do certain sabers, they really do look flashlighty, right? But I mean, that's just my opinion. But some look a lot better than others. Now, if you follow Solos, man, Solos has come off with a couple of new hilts that are look pretty badass, you know? I mean, these one of a kind pieces just look magnificent. They're really cool, man. So hats off to Jeremy. And they're doing that they got the Saner get together this week, I think. And they're all together right now. So you got all kinds of uh good installers working together and having a good time. And they deserve it. They need some downtime to play with the Sabers and everything else. So keep an eye out for Saner's live action part two. Yeah, I think Benji's gonna get his revenge. I don't know. We'll see. I think that'll be pretty funny. It'll be hilarious either way, right? So tonight, while we're talking about Sabers and anything Sabers basically tonight, um, I'll be working on my on the balance tonight. And the last time we did, we actually got, the buttons up on here, right? Ooh, let's see. I don't even know if it'll focus. Let's see. There we go. Man, look at that. There we go. So tonight I'm gonna try to wire this up, and I think I have some white. Um, you see, I've got this little button set up right here, but I think I'm gonna take this button set up out right here, and I'm gonna utilize these buttons. Well, the wire from these buttons right here, since I'm not gonna use this one right now. I think I'm gonna utilize the wire from these and wire up this right here. And then we're going to see how far it's going to fit into, and I should have enough wire. I should have enough wire to basically make sure that it'll go all the way to the board, right? And then I can adjust the wire length once I know exactly where the wires are going to go into the board, and that should be good enough right there. And I'm like, one of the things I did not do and I should have was to get me a fresh print out, right? Yeah, see there is a Chimera Saber. Looks cool and I always love listening to a wizard work. Oh, that's cool, Charlie. Yeah, the Chimera, I think it's pretty cool. I mean, it's beefy looking, man. And you would expect that from a Sith Saber, right? A Sith Saber's got to be kind of beefy. I mean, look at all the Siths, and it should be like it should be beefy, not pretty thick. But Jackie's saber's pretty damn thick, for a Jedi saber. I thought that was pretty interesting, right? Hmm. So let's see here. Do we want positive on that side or we want negative on this side here? Let me see. Hmm. So right now I got the negative right here and I'm gonna see if it'll get it situated in here. And what I did was I cut this piece down right here. And let me see. And it gives me a little bit of room, but not much, you know. Let me see if I turn it this way. Well, maybe it's not gonna fit right exactly right there. So maybe let's see. Let me see if I can set it right here in the front. And I know that. Uh-huh. Nah, that's a little crooked though. Get it set in there. I might have to shave it off a little bit, but actually, I don't like it. I don't like it there. See, I'm having it right here by the front, but I don't like it there. So simply because I think that the wires will interfere with the battery thing. And unless I use a totally different setup for the battery here, I might have to cut that off completely here. So there's, let me see. And then I probably need to sand it down just a little tiny bit. And here we go. Got about 100 grit right here. And just kind of sand it just slightly here so it doesn't have any of that sharp edge there. You know, yeah, still got a little bit of that sharp edge. So I do apologize for the noise right now, guys. I mean, just trying to get this thing sanded down so I don't slice my finger or maybe cut something in the process of getting this thing situated in there, you know. Mm, okay, so that sandpaper, let me get a file. A file is probably going to be a better choice to do to get that little, well, yeah, just a small, just a little bit, because that sandpaper did a pretty decent job right here. Titan, what up, Titan? Welcome, welcome. Let me see. I think I've got my, yep, got my file right here. And I need my old man eyes, my old man eyes right here, so I can see. Uh, Gotta get that file to get that. It's one little piece of metal that just kind of is really being a pain in the ass right here. And you know, sometimes these little pain in the ass, little doodads, you know, these little cuts like this, if you leave them sharp, and they could potentially cut that wire, if a wire goes through it, and then it'll kind of expose the main wires and stuff like that. Then you have the potential to fry your board because if any of these little wires, I fried two CFXs, man. So been there, done that crap, and I don't want to do it anymore. So I'm gonna make sure that I do everything I can to try to prevent that. And, attention to detail is really important when you're setting certain things up and certain things in. Yeah. And of course, I should have some safety glasses and stuff like that. But this is so minute right here that I'm a dummy. Yeah, I'm a dummy. But I think I've got safety glasses right here with these. As long as it's dull enough. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Woo. Okay, so no worries. On sounds, just don't pull a Skywalker and cut off the hand. If I start screaming like a little girl, man, Charlie, you know that's what happened, right? All right, let's see how this one's gonna fit better or worse or what. And yeah, it's kind of wide actually too, so I may decide to put a whole different system in here as far as battery wise stuff. Because I mean, it sits in there nicely, but you know, well, I guess it's not too bad. But see, once I wire it, I'm gonna have to really make sure that it sits in there with the E6000 really good. So, because it'll potentially come out very easy, and that is just unacceptable, right? So, yeah, man, it really does come out pretty easy if you don't set it in there just right, right? But if you look at it right here, you got to really set it in there good, and then get that E6000 and just let it sit in there. So, uh, maybe, maybe so. So right now I've got that set in for right there. And if this one doesn't really work in this build, then it'll fit in another one for sure. So now I did kind of see about, ooh, that's kind of tight in there. The kill switch, right? Got the kill switch here wired up a little bit. Now, my only concern is I think I did not leave a long enough wire for it, but we're gonna find out, right? We shall find out. And do. Come on. There we go. Sit down in there. And then, okay. Where is the power? Okay, so they are a good deal long, so that's good. I mean, I have room to work with. Even though they're a little bit long right now, I can shorten them down because they are going to be stuck right up in here, where the power is. So that's good. I'm not worried about that. I've got long enough wires right here that I can cut down when I'm ready to get the kill switch set in place, set in motion. Ah, thanks, Charlie. Thank you, sir. And I believe I do need, I have the OLED screen too, but let's concentrate on the buttons right now. And because My dumbass is going to go all over the place and not worry about certain things. And I don't want to go all over the place. I have been so busy all day long with all kinds of other things. I hadn't even paid attention to a lot of things today, and it's like one thing after another. And like, oh, so I was even talking to my daughter about, hey, NN, what's up, dude? Glad you're here. Let me grab my grab my iron, get set up here. And I apologize, guys. I should have set up like way before, but I didn't. And I'm just like too many things at one time. I'm all like, let's go ahead and go with it. Doesn't matter. Can't win them all. Just gotta roll with it, guys. Just gotta roll with it. At least I got my beer, man. All right. Let's see here. Plug her in. Plug it in. Plug it in. You all remember that stupid little commercial? I hate that damn commercial. All right, we got the iron all hooked in, getting ready to fire up, and then we can got my tip cleaner stuff, and then make a little bit of room over here so I don't have to go too far to clean the tip. Get my wires sort of situated here. Now I do once I get these situated, like I'm not gonna glue these in just yet, right? I just want to wire in the buttons, and then what I'll do is once I wire in the buttons, I'll check for continuity on them and make sure that they're gonna work properly. So these buttons right here are still a little too big to set in there, and of course I'm gonna utilize these wires right here. And I forgive me, they're going all over the place, and I shouldn't be doing it. But anyway, I still need to sand all of this and paint. That's gonna be for another show though, because I still have to. I've got my paints over here, and what we'll do is after I get the buttons wired here and tested, then we can go through some of the paints and look. And I'm pretty sure, maybe I should get them right now before I even really start with the wiring stuff, right? Because the iron just got up to temp right now. So let me see here. And so what we were thinking is on the whole outside of the chassis, right? Since the last chassis had the copper on the inside, let's bring the copper on the outside. And I have antique copper. I think that's going to be an interesting choice, right? Antique copper. And I've got some black, and then splendid gold. I have no idea what the hell splendid gold was. Let's see. And then maybe some antique gold if I have the antique. Oh, bronze metal. Ooh, that might be interesting. Some bronze metal, right? So we'll do copper and bronze. And if I can find some antique gold, that's splendid gold. That's not antique gold. Oh, antique gold. Here we go. All right. So that's going to be our three paints right here. So when I'm ready to paint this thing, we're going to use on most of the outside, right? I think on the inside, On the inside, I think I'm gonna go ahead and use the bronze metal. So in here on the interior, we'll go with the bronze metal look. And on the exterior, we're gonna go with the antique copper mixed in with the antique gold points. So I think on the rib section of here, and I don't know if I particular might paint these. I don't know just yet. What do you guys think? But I think right here on the ribs area and here in most of all the rough, you know, rough areas like the bigger patch areas, like such as here and this the smoother areas will go with the copper, right? And then the rib sections will go with the antique gold. I think that might be a pretty interesting look. And we'll see how that turns out. Now, these are going to be a little bit challenging right here to kind of get sanded, right? To get sanded. And then I still have to go and buy some of that Bondo stuff so I can sand them smooth and then paint them in. So it looks a lot better like that. Charlie says he likes gold. Flashback to Austin Powers. No, that's hilarious, man. That is hilarious. Yeah, baby. Yeah. I think the chassis gonna get randy, man. Chassis gonna get randy. He's gonna turn all the chicks on, right? You're gonna shine. Love the beer. Love the beer. It is beer. One of the shows that I was watching the other day though was if y'all haven't seen it yet, if you have Prime Video, is Las Vegas, man. It's a hell of a show. I seen it a long time ago, and I remember watching it was and I missed it because it's such a good series. And the only bad thing about that series is that the ending really sucked, man. Go figure, but the rest of it was just like unbelievable. And let's see here. All right, tips good to go. Get it. Um, what the hell? Oop, hold on, folks. I dropped something back on the back side of the table. I'm gonna be out of the picture for just a minute, but I will get back to you shortly. And I'm going to. Well, I put it down and I forgot to get it, but I'm not. I just like, I don't want to leave it there because if something happens to it, then the body of the saber we're working on right now. I'd rather have it up here instead of down over there. And I was moving too many things around the garage. So going back to the show though, that was like interesting how creative they got in order to catch the bad guys, right? And if you're military person, I think you'll enjoy that show just as well, and especially if you love going to Vegas like I do. So it's a cool ass show. All right, got my soldier ready to go right here, and now we're going to take all these wires off of this thing here. What did I do with my old ass eyes right here? All right, all right. Now I had, and I had bought a new camera, a new webcam for the show, and it turns out that it only works with the laptop, and I mostly do the show on the phone because the laptop is not as strong as it used to be, and even though I cleared all kinds of things, I've taken everything off, I've increased the RAM, I've increased the everything in that laptop, it has not provided me with the stronger, excuse me, guys, the stronger signal from in here. So that's why I do the show with you know with the phone in here in the garage because I got a super crisp picture and of course I got the earbuds that Anthony Spaceman Dude provided for me for the show and I have a good sound and everything like that. So what I need to do is eventually get a faster and better laptop so that I can set it up and have it set up here on the side and have the webcam over here so that you guys can see exactly what I'm doing with my hands. But what I'm going to go ahead and do is for every little thing that I'm doing, I'll take you step by step with me, right? I mean, just I'll take off one wire here and I'll tell you, okay, like right here, I took this, I just burnt that wire off like that. Now I'm gonna get the next one right here so that the white one is completely off. And I can pull this wire completely off from here. And I will transfer that wire onto here. And then we'll go from there. Okay. So step by step. Ooh, baby. No, everybody shoot me for singing, right? Because I can't sing for shit. Y'all remember that group? If you're a 70s and 80s baby like I am, you can't forget that song. All right. Let me see here. All right, let's get to it, guys. Ooh, burn, burn, burn. And I cooled that tip down just a little too much. All right. And all right, clean a little bit more. A little more shoulder. And solder the tip. And you know what I forgot? I'm gonna get that flux on there. Luckily, I got little wires that I don't need like right away, so I can just kind of put some flux on there. So it'll be easier to get off. And you don't have to do a whole lot, just enough to get it, just enough to get it loose. There we go. That should be good. And we are through. Okay, so basically what I did is the white wire right here is a negative, right? Proud 80s kid, the last of my kind, I said in a Vegeta voice. Kakarot! Damn you, Kakarot! Yeah, dude, I was a Dragon Ball Z fan as well, man. And I mean, I still am a Dragon Ball fan, dude. Not as much as I used to be, but I'm still there, so to speak. I'll watch it when I get a chance to. All right, so we're gonna take off the blue wire next, and take it off, take it off. Let's see. And just doing small things like this, I mean that, even if you're new, um, you want to make sure that you're careful with things. Always clean your tip too. Make sure you clean your tips. Any debris on there like that, it makes it harder for you to do certain soldier jobs. So, uh, and I don't think I need this much wire. So, okay, let me see. Got a light. Eh, all right. I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm just gonna snip it a little bit. Snip the tip, man. Snip the tip. I need to play that short little vid. that Space Windu has on here. It's working! It's working! When you snip the tip. Uh, I know. My humor sucks, guys. You gotta be as demented as I am sometimes. Eh, I can get pretty demented, man. You don't need much, man, because these wires are pretty small, pretty tight. And the smaller they are, the harder it is to really get this down good. So put a little bit of flux. And and I am so glad that Shaneem is back, right? Because Shaneem was just like he got everything going and doing the right way and everything else like that. I can't wait to see if we get some. He's putting out his old videos right now, and I love seeing a lot of those old builds that he has. But I can't wait to see the new stuff that he does too. That's gonna be. Yeah, Charlie. You'll find out a lot later. You'll find out a lot later. I have a lot of dark humor, man, and it's crazy. I just hope I don't offend anybody. And if I offend anybody, I apologize right now. But it is my show, so I'll probably lose a lot of viewers right now for that. But I do appreciate the ones. Yes, Titan, you didn't know? He made an announcement. He's back, bro. He is back. And so if anybody didn't know, and y'all are watching this for the first time and stuff like that, now you know. Shamim is back. And Shamim is responsible for me having my friend's voice on the memory saber of Roy Boy. So I tell you what, every time Roy Boy gets turned on and you hear my friend's voice, that honors Shamim as well. Because without him, dude, I mean, it was just like awesome to have him help me and get that accomplished. And I am going to email him and see if he would like to come on the show one day. Because, I really do want to show him Roy Boy on the show. Yes, all hail Shamim. And I just, you know, I really, really still to this day. I mean, I'm shocked that he's back, but at the same time, it's like if I could do backflips, I would do backflips. But yeah, check out the videos because he's been bringing out videos lately and posting old videos, and it's just amazing to see him. Okay, so I just took off um the yellow wire, and I'm gonna get the tip, and I'm gonna get ready to tin it so that I can set it on those right there. So, and I do apologize if I'm not doing every single step, because once I start working on stuff like this, I kind of get myself into a just a zone, man. I just get into a zone sometimes. Make sure that I got enough flux on there, because you gotta make sure you get enough flux and stuff. On You know, make sure it goes all the way around. You don't want to burn it, just enough to get it coated. And I think that might even be too much wire right there. So you got to kind of, I'm not too keen on giving you exact, you know, yeah. And then it is great to see him back, dude. Um, oh, Titan, you're gonna love those, dude. You're gonna love his old videos. I'm not too keen on how much wire you need to, most of the people who know more and do more of these than I do, they can tell you exactly like an eighth of a centimeter or or eighth of a millimeter and all that. Dude, I'm I'm just a simple man. I just kind of look at direction, and from what I see is you got it just enough wire to get on there and do the job, man. Right? Because you're working with stuff so small that you really don't need much. You just need enough to make sure that it holds on pretty good. And okay, so we are set with all three of our wires to get them put it back onto the new button setup. And this button setup is not available anymore. Well, I mean, I could always go back and put more wire on this one and set it up that way, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. What I am worried about is getting this new set of buttons ready to go. And so what I do need to do though is I need to tin these buttons first so that they can accept the wires. And let's see, let's put some flux on there. And you want to make sure you use flux every time on anything that you're going to put soldier to, because that way you have a nice flow of soldier to coat things. And the more you do that, the better. You know. And let's see. I think I need back this one back here would be fine. Okay, so let's go there. All right. Now we're gonna set in the negative wire right here. So the thing with this kind of wire though, man, I tell you, it's a little challenging sometimes because something's so small and I've got my shaky hands and it's just like a pain in the ass. Come on. Sometimes you gotta work at crazy angles, man. Crazy angles. All right, that's kind of good. And bring this one down. No, bring it this way. No, it just filled the hole instead of the. Damn it. All right, I'm not gonna worry about it too much. And you want to make sure that you don't breathe in some of this stuff. A shot of tequila will calm the shakes, right? That's what I need. Do need that. But for right now, I got beer. Got to make do. I talked to Cindy the other day, man, and I want to have him get me just a plain Jane chassis going. So I've got another I've got another Saber that I put up in a box because I got a buddy of mine that I found a person with a lathe that might end up helping me, and I told Space about it, right? And he's all for it, man. But I found a person with a lathe here in Corpus that may help me try to bring my version of a saber to reality. I will be returned. I will return, going to destroy a thing of Outback. Oh, kill it, dude. Kill it. Kill it. Awesome Blossom. Kill that surf and turf. Yeah, man. I'm pretty stoked, and I hope it becomes reality, right? I really do because I'm super excited because he's wanting to make some money. I want to make a little bit of money, and we're gonna make one. I'm gonna have my daughter get involved with it too because since she knows how to draw, she's gonna draw me out a design the way I kind of envision this saber. And once I get her to draw it out, it'll be in three pieces, right? It's gonna have the pommel, the body, and the emitter. I don't want any more pieces than that because I want it to be kind of simple and yet, we'll see how it goes. And I'm gonna try not to take any cues from other sabers. I mean, I'm gonna, I hope I don't take anybody's, stuff and they get mad at me or whatever. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw something out, and once I get it drawn out and I get it made, just one made, I will check on here and I will check on all of the pages, the Saber pages, if there's going to be any interest in it. And if it drums up some interest, then I'm gonna see if we can do a small 10 run, 10 hilt run first. And if the 10 hilt run goes and sells out, I will talk to this guy and see if we can make a 100 run, if he's willing to do that. Okay. So we're going to see how that's going to come out and do that. Uh, I think it's going to be interesting though. I really hope it'll pan out, right? I really hope it'll pan out. So let me see. Let me get this wire going in here and let me see. And we get. We should be playing that New York song right about now, right? I don't know. What do you think? What do you guys think? Something. New York, New York. Well, I don't want to get any hits either for copyright, so maybe I should knock that shit off. Right? All right. Yay! We got one in. All right. So now, let me see here. If I can actually get, I'm gonna run the backside of this one through like this, right? And who knows, I might end up getting yelled at for something. We shall see. We shall see. Mm. Now, I don't do anything as perfect as some other people, man. You know, other installers, they've had a lot of time and practice over me, and that's okay. I love their work. I really do, and I hope that one of these days that I can emulate that kind of mastery, that kind of workmanship, you know, because that would be so amazing that I can emulate that kind of workmanship in my installs, right? No too much soldier there. Too much. Too much. Come on. There we go. That's better. All right. So let's see. I don't know if it'll focus enough in there. Yeah, I don't think it will. Anyhow, it's on there. Yeah. All right. So which means now I've got to. All right. So if you look, I've got a little too much wire there now too, right? Let me take this off. So now I got a little too much wire, so I got to cut a little bit here and then snip it just enough so that it'll touch this other one and get that button going for the negative part. So let me see. That's about right there. So I've got to. About right about there. All right. It's called snip the tip, bro. Snip the tip. Snip the tip. All right. Now we got it there. Now let's just strip and dip. You strip, dip, and pip. Hmm. Ooh, I might have to use something different here to get this tip. There we go. Ooh, no, needs a little bit more. Little bit more. Who else is with me still? We got one left. And then you still with me, Titan? Titans probably got had to go and do something, stuff like that. I understand, cause today's Sunday, man. So people got to get ready for work. Get your clothes together, get your stuff together. And I thought Monday was bad, like when I get done with this, I gotta get everything ready for work too. And this thing is being stubborn with this little jacket here, man. And I don't want to burn it off, and I can't afford to cut it anymore either. Let me see. No, 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 no. All right, let's see. Bring it down just a little bit more. See, stuff like that, you gotta really work with. You know, don't get discouraged though. Just figure it out. And if you gotta put a new um, piece of wire, then put a new piece of wire. But it helps if you do things the right way the first time, right? Let's get some flux and get some soldier. And let's see if I actually did this right. And all right. So we still kind of. All right. I can cut it just a half a. Very little. Just cut it very little. All right. So just a snip of the tip should be all we need. All right. Now, and honestly, I really should be doing this with some helping hands, which I've got right here, right? And like Rob Petkow says that the helping hands are invaluable, in which they are, man, because they really, really make it worth getting things taken care of as far as that goes. And let me see here. I'm going to. It's too much. You want to make sure you don't grab too much soldier either, because too much can kind of cause a little bit more problems than it should, right? You want just enough to get it on there and not cause any problems. There we go. All right. So now we got the negative wire on there. Negative wire is set in. Let's see if I can get it to focus a little bit. A little bit there. I mean, So we got the negative wire set in there right now. Now it's time to get the other two, get the buttons situated here. And I think I should go for the blue or should I go for the yellow first? Hold on here. There's the way I have things. And I think I've got another button set up around here. Do I? Wires there. Wires everywhere. Wow, 52 minutes already in. It feels like only 5 minutes, man. I feel like I've only been talking to you guys for 5 minutes and it's already 52 minutes. Go figure. We might only have time just to kind of get the buttons situated a little bit here. And, right, man. So we'll see. Because, I don't know. All right. So we're going to set in. I'm going to set in the blue one right now. Bring these back. I'm going to set this up right here. And and remember that when you do these, I have the negative on the opposite ends of the buttons here. So when I do put the wires in here, it's going to really make a difference in getting the other two going. Let me see here. So is that going to interfere with anything? Because I do need to have it in here on the opposite side. So that goes here, and the other one goes here. So, and you really want to make sure that you orientate your um, wire work the way you want it, right? Because if you don't wire it correctly the way you want it, then you know it's not going to work, and you won't have any continuity into the buttons if they're not going to work right. So let's see. What we're going to do is we'll test out the blue one first. And I want the blue on the top here. And we'll see how that's going to work out. Or do I need to do it on the opposite side here? The opposite side might work. So I need here. And then I can bring it on that side over there for the yellow. All right. Gonna be a little tight, folks, but we think we can get her. Get her done. All right, get some flux on there. I'm going to get, here we are, get our soldier going. Solder it up. And, ooh, I gotta switch hands. Not fun when you gotta switch hands sometimes. All right. Mm, damn it. All right. Clean your tip. And, whoa, damn it. All right. Let's see. And you know the thing about that is that with the button set with this button set right here, we're not gonna really see it too much. You know, I think the only time you're really gonna see it is when I take out the top part of the button area, which I don't think I'm gonna take out too much, right? But for aesthetics, that I can go ahead and just run this wire like this. I think that looks pretty tight like that. Let's see here. Uh, that looks pretty tight in there, man. Look at that. Oh, did it focus in there for a second? We'll see. All right. So before I put the other button in, I want to go ahead and see if this is actually going to work or not. That way I know whether I actually really did put the right, and it should just be this top. If it's going to work, it's going to have continuity. I'm going to press a button and we're going to hear a tone if I did it the right way. So let's see here. Then at that point, I can do, let me make sure I got this in the proper continuity setup here. Yep, good to go there. All right, so put that right there. White wire is going to go onto the negative end or the negative lead. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to press the button at the same time. Usually I have my daughters help me and everything with this, you know. Let's see, this is going to be a little tricky, but oh, I think I've got an idea. Hold on. Do I have, sometimes what I will do if I don't have my daughters around to help me, just push the button. They like pushing buttons, so here we go. Here we go. So what I will do is I'll grab one of these other alligators, right? And I'll take the lead here, set it on here if I can, and then I'm going to kind of utilize the, damn it, come on, get it situated where I can get the teeth and this on there together so that that holds the negative lead. Then I can, it'll, oh, it didn't, did it? Is it still on? Good. Still on. Okay. I can set that. Nope, it didn't work. Try it again. Get it. Sometimes it's gonna be a little tricky. You just gotta work with it. Uh, Come on. There we go. Set it right there. And then I can set that right there like that. Let's see if I can press it. Oh, you hear that? We got continuity! Woo! All right. So button one is working. Yes, sir. Button one is on point. Yeah, boy. Button one is on point. So now let's get button two going. And then we can go from there. It's hot in here, man. And it's a little dusty, so forgive me for getting a little whew, and going, okay. Now let's get to the yellow. You call me mellow yellow. Mellow yellow. Alright, I'm gonna turn this off while we're waiting for this next line to go. For the buttons, we are halfway through in wiring the buttons up. And then I will see how much of it is still going to fit in there with the wires going through. Right? Challenges, people, challenges. All right. So let's get that right there. And I know that I can get this opposite side, but do I really want it right there? Do I really want it right there? Let's try it. So we're going to take this lead out. We're going to put it down in here. Into the hole. Into the hole. It's not firing the hole, guys. Not yet, anyway. That's going to be. Hold on. All right, let's see here. All right. It's already tinned on that side. So we're going good right there so far. Right? How many of you would be actually interested if I came up with my own design of sabers? I know everybody else has badass sabers, dude. And I don't know if I can actually bring my version to the table that would compete with a lot of others, but it's worth a shot, man. It'd be worth a shot. It'd be a lot of fun trying too. I tell you that. It'd be a lot of fun trying. And my daughter, like I said, I'm getting my daughter involved because my daughter, she can draw and stuff. So I want her to do like the also not only to draw the design for me, but also I'm thinking of having her draw out like the packaging part of it as well, right? And I may just call it the Mundo Special, right? I'll call it the Mundo Special. See how it goes. Now, I've always been, I'm very fascinated with the quality and hilt designs that people are coming out with. And I really I really want to take part in that. And I don't know if my stuff would be just as good as theirs, but it's worth a try. Yeah, it's worth a try and see if they like it. And I definitely would be forever grateful for the people that would actually want one. Um, and if it becomes, popular, I mean, it would just I'd be very super ecstatic, but it would also mean the world to me that people would actually embrace it, you know, um, because I've never been one to be outside of my comfort zone and take a leap of faith this way. And to for me to do something like this is well beyond what I actually um, am really capable of. But I want to challenge myself, and I'm hoping that by challenging myself, I can bring to light, um, something special for not only myself, but for people who decide to buy it as well. You know, I do want to take advice from people when I'm ready to get things going up and running. And I value the opinions of Jeremy and um, all of the Benji and all of those guys. From solos and nerf herders and you know I mean, my God, just all of the guys that I have fun with and talk to, and even Space Windu, right? I'm gonna get the panel of these guys that are on top level and see if I get their approval of things and how to do certain things as well. So I'm hoping that once it becomes if it becomes reality, then you know I will have added another skill level to myself, right? So I'm really looking forward to it and seeing how that's going to turn out. I'm super excited, and it may take a while for it to happen. It may take a while, so don't expect anything soon. Because right now I just basically talked to the guy who might help me only a couple of days ago, and only a couple of days ago, at least I took the step to get the ball rolling on this, and so we'll see how that's gonna. Like I said, it depends on how bad he's gonna want to work with me on this. Because when I first talked to him about certain things, he was going to sell his lathe and selling his lathe, and I'm all like, wait a minute, if you're selling your lathe, no, don't sell your lathe. And I told him, I said, well, if you're going to sell it, if I had the money, man, I'd buy it from you. And then when I told him about my proposal, he's like, well, maybe, So we'll see what happens. We shall see what happens. All right, let's see if we get tone. We got tone. Did I move this? Crap. Let me see. Do we have tone? We have continuity, people. We have continuity. All right. We are good to go there, people. The buttons work. My wiring is correct. And I'm turning this thing off. Yes. So we have taken the first step to getting these buttons taken care of. Okay. Now comes the fun part and see how it will fit in there. And now I'm probably going to have to get it one wire at a time. But you know what? I'm not too worried about that one wire at a time. Just as long as it, just as long as you stand by me, stand by me. All right. Let's see here. Yeehaw! And maybe I should get these turned over a little bit. All right. Huh. All right, people. So let's see here. Looks like they're going to be long enough. Just have to cut them down a bit, and I can start to glue that down now, and that will settle that. That, folks, I think we're going to end right the show with this, just like this for tonight, man. And woohoo! I am so grateful for you guys to come on the journey with me like this, and I hope you guys come along for the full ride. And like I said, if I screw up, I screw up, guys. And I'm sure people will tell me. But I think, yeah, I think that's going to work out pretty decent, man. I think that's going to work out pretty damn decent. And it looks pretty tight, right? So if I take off the buttons part and we look at this, then and I turn on the chassis that way, it's gonna look phenomenal still. It looks cool, man. Yeah. So thank you guys for sharing this with me tonight. And I really do love the fact that you came to hang out. And so all the guys that came and hang out, I love you. And I keep saying it over and over again, but understand how much it really does mean to me. And a lot of people out there who do YouTube channels, they're gonna say that. And how much of that they actually do mean, I'm not sure. Okay, that's them. Um, and I'm sure it does mean the world to a lot of them. Like John, the collector's outlook. I know it means the world to him as well. It means the world to space. It means the world to all of these guys that that installers and everything like that as well, for you to come and watch their work and enjoy their work and everything else. So much love to everybody who comes and hangs out with us just to hear us talk, to see the work that we're putting into it and everything else like that, right? And um, I want to be sure that I get on the same quality work stance as they do. And one way for me to do that is to come and be live on here and show you guys. So if I screw up, hey, you can't, you can't edit life, man. And you'll come and you'll be here when I screw up, and when I fix it, I can fix it. If I have a problem with it, somebody's watching me and they say, hey, wait, why don't you try this? I'll take that into heart, right? I will take that to heart because um, I am not I am not above getting help. If I need help, I am not above it. I want the help. I welcome the help and everything else like that. So, um, for the new people that come in and they watch the show, DBZ Nation, you have a Luke Skywalker lightsaber. That is awesome. Hey, DBZ man, thank you for stopping by. I really do appreciate it, man. Um, Luke Skywalker hilts are freaking awesome, dude. Well, which version do you have of the Luke Skywalker? I mean, there's several versions, just like the Vaders, right? But well, you know what? Honestly, DBZ, it really doesn't matter which version you have. Let me rephrase that, okay? Because all sabers, I mean, you know, sabers are like freaking cool, dude. I don't particularly care for like the Chinese version that comes in, because when they flood the market and stuff, for the people that work hard to really come and do a really good quality hilt, and then you get something kind of cheap coming in, it kind of hurts those people, right? I had the NeoPixel saber. Oh, dude, that's wonderful. That is freaking awesome, man. Um, I'm hoping one of these days, and I have not seen it yet, is somebody will make a Dragon Ball Z saber, right? That would be out of this world, dude. But I forgot the installer who does really a lot of theme sabers, and I forgot who it was. It's been a while since I've seen him, but he's made He's made a He-Man themed saber. He's made a Flash saber. He has made what else? Oh my gosh, he has made several themed sabers, and I can't forget. I keep forgetting who it was, and I need to go back and check all the videos that I liked and seen and see who it was because I'd like to mention them as well, right? Um, because they've done so many different themed sabers, it's unreal, which kind of prompted me to kind of do some themed sabers for myself that I won't really sell just simply because they're what I like, and if I sell them, then I could make another one for myself, but I'd rather just keep the one I have now. Eventually, if it comes down to it, where I actually have to sell it, well, we'll see. But you know, bills come first too, so that's why I'm fairly slow on making hilts and stuff. Now, when I do start selling hilts, I'm not gonna take any commissions or anything like that. When I start doing some builds, I'm gonna make a certain amount of sabers, and I'm gonna make them the way I deem that I think that I like and what somebody else might like. And before I sell them, I will show them like on here or put them up on um, on some of the saber websites and to see if there's any traction on them, somebody wanting those, and I will sell them that way. But for me, I do not feel like want to be my best lightsaber, DBC, is the Roy Boy. Um, I don't, I don't know if you've ever seen this channel or not, if you come on, but this is Roy Boy right here. Um, this is Roy Boy. And this hilt right here was made in honor of my best friend Roy, who died from brain cancer. So if you haven't been to the channel and you haven't seen it yet, I'll get you up to speed, okay? Because most of everybody who has been on the channel knows about the sabers. Hey baby, I'm on right now. I'm almost off, okay? Can you wait a little bit? Like about 5 minutes, okay? Um, sorry, my daughter from out of town is here, so I'm gonna have to get off pretty soon. So let me show you that this chassis system that I have in here is from Rich Sangillo. So if you know who he is, he does a hell of a job with some chassis, man. So if you need a chassis for any of your sabers, um, hit him up, Rich Sangillo, and I tell you, he makes some very awesome chassis, right? And I could not be much happier. Ooh, and I left the dim, man. I left the battery in there, so it may be dead and it may not. So we'll see if I can turn it on for you. What you're gonna do is this okay, the battery compartment right here, and I painted. It was solid black, and I painted this chassis. Um, I tried to have an LED put in here, but it was a no-go, so I just kind of covered the hole up right here. I am sporting a Golden Harvest version 3 right here, right? Oh, thank you, DBC. Thank you, dude. I am sporting a I think it's a the speaker from is from Amazon, and I had a speaker from Smugglers, and what ended up happening was I got it too close to something metal, and the metal went in here and poked it and screwed it up, and that was my screw up. So um, I'm gonna try to see if it'll turn on right now. When you and I think I have it on the font that my friend will say. You'll hear my friend's voice say "Que pasa, mama?" Okay, that is how he called. Every time he called me, That's what he would tell me, and so let's see if it'll sound that way. Okay, there we go. Right? Okay, so the battery's good to go, and I'm gonna just in case it doesn't get, it's not a full battery, but it will turn on. I'm gonna put this on so it can get a little bit louder, right? And these light up too, but I'm not gonna show you that. I'm going to show you right here. I've got the blade cover right there, and I'll show you. I'll turn it on right here. So when I turn it on, you're gonna see this light come on, and you're gonna see lights under here come on. Now the lights that I put under here, the LEDs that I put under here, honor Space Windu. So if you haven't checked out Civilized Sabers and Space Windu stuff, you gotta go check him out because without him this was not possible either. Okay, so between um, and a bunch of other people, man, and Space Windu, and even Benji the Nerf Herder. Um, this hill would not be possible for me to get it done. So with all due, without any more, and then let's get it. You can't win. So presumptuous. So there you go. You'll see the LEDs right there, and blinkies right here. Got it right there. Smooth swing. So when you press the auxiliary button, you'll see the different light up stuff. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. And I love this like this, right? And not only that, okay, so let me shut this down and tell you. I took this empty to Laredo a couple of years back, and I told the same story to Darth Maul, right? Ray Park. And he was kind enough to sign this for me, and this goes on there as well. It is part of the saber. It will go on there, and it will line about right here. So, um, okay, I'm getting off right now. I'm coming right now. So, guys, without further ado, I'm sorry I have to leave. My daughter's leaving. I gotta say goodbye. I love you guys. DBZ, thank you so much for coming out and talking. And Mundo is going to be out, guys. Later. Peace.